Hello, independent investor is here again. And as we've shown over the weeks, we give you very hot market analysis and news that you can use to further your investment and improve your life. Today we are talking about two hot topics. One is the meeting of the MPC. What are they likely to do with interest rates going forward, given other macroeconomic variables? And then we're going to switch to the earnings season, which we started last week, and talk about some of the companies that have released results since Lafarge, Holcim, and which other company that we talked about last week. So Ambrose is here again. Is the man with the analysis. My name is Kirk
Ambrose Omodia.
Great. So would you mind talking about the MPC? Do you see the Monetary Policy Committee retaining rates, raising them, or perhaps reducing them?
No, I think the economic recovery is still very fragile. I think they don't expect to do any adjustment. All they are doing at this point now to expect the fiscal policy to come with some policies that will also further hasten the economic recovery as we have seen so far. Because I always say on this program that the economic recovery has always been on one leg until the fiscal policy also come, which will come in form of budget, reforms, and action. It's not only just budgeting or reform, you must take action to bring the budget and reform into play for you to boost the economy. If that is done, as the acting president, as we can see that he has been moving here and there, making that things happen, if the release, what is expected to be released, because after we have spent almost half year budgeting, to release fund again become a problem. That means that the physical aspects are still struggling. But we expect that now there's Okuro is still selling above the benchmark budget for the year. That means we have, no matter what, we must have something to start implementing the 2017 budget. If that is done and the style of implementation change, I will emphasize it, because if last year they said it's almost 1 trillion naira on capital project, and Nigeria have not started feeling the impact of that by now, that means you need to adopt another style of implementation so that as you are spending, let it reflect on the economy. I think if that is done, plus what CBN is doing, I think we'll see a more better economy going forward. And at the same time, we expect that the forest window that CBN has always be active in terms of intervention, and in terms of now what we are hearing, that it's not only CBN now, many big companies, especially the oil, the big oil company in Nigeria, have started participating in the market. That means fund liquidity is becoming more available. While CBN is trying to go back gradually and see the fund is the time, tell you that window is likely to sustain the economy. And you know that inflation for the last month of June, still went down, to say that this intervention and those people having access to dollar goods being imported is gradually now reducing. Not reducing, the price of importation has dropped, which is going to reflect on the price of commodity. And going forward, that we are entering into harvest season, we expect a better economic number that will support. But I don't see CBN as changing anything. I think the world they know just to look at their efforts so far and review their performance in terms of the intervention they've done, and see how they can quickly, or thinking of giving us a one single exchange rate. I think that rate should be emphasized. But for what far so far, we can say CBN has really carried the economy to where we are, and they can't quickly jump into adjusting the monetary instrument. They need to wait and see how the economy move before any adjustment can come in.
All right. So in other words, we are saying going forward, we are likely to see a more relaxed fiscal and monetary regime.
Yes, well, they have to work together for the economy to move. If the so-called economic recovery plan and growth should come to be, the two monetary and physical need to work together, to take us to the next level. Because I see that before the end of the year or early 2018, we'll be talking of coming out of recession, but we are seeing the sign gradually that we are out of it. Because for you to see a lower first quarter GDP compared to the one that ushered us into the, tell you that we're out of it. If by second quarter we are expecting we'll see a positive second quarter, I thought we are really out of it.
Positive second quarter
yeah.
now takes us to the earnings season.
Yeah.
About 8 companies so far have released their second half or rather first half results
Yes.
for 2017. You want to mention some of them and tell us
Yeah,
the
if
consequence
you look
going
at the
forward?
number that are really emanating from, especially the manufacturing sector, we will say that they really has surprised the market. When a company like Honeywell moved from a loss position to almost 50 kobo earning per share, from a loss position of 38 kobo to a position of 54 kobo. It tells you that the company has really, look at also the Flour Mill Nigeria PLC. Flour Mill, if not that the high cost of borrowing, which the before CBN started intervening in the FS market, each jump into their profit. That is why they say their profit is slim, but still they still pay dividend. But we'll see a better future for that company because they are going more into agriculture. You know that the government is also injecting funds, looking at fertilizers on agriculture. For a company like Flour Mill to be in agriculture, and they're also in a food industry where you know that food is very essential. I see them coming back powerfully. But when we saw the life result of Lafarge Africa, it was fantastic. Good result that we expect it will further in the third quarter, and that means seeing Lafarge at the price of what is selling today. For a good investor that's thinking long, this is the time to start keying into Lafarge because one, we are starting on what infrastructural development in this nation, and that is why we'll have very huge budget for 2017, which we know yes about 2.4 trillion will go for capital expenditure. That tells you that if all these companies that project, especially Lafarge, Dangote Cement, CCNN, if as their, and Julius Berger as their position, I think this budget, because they're going to have a lot of patronage from government. I know that government is the highest spender anywhere, and I expect that it's going to reflect more on Lafarge. And Lafarge also being listed in South Africa and Nigeria. They are not only operating there. Their profit from all they also reflect on it. And we need to really look the way of Lafarge. Now that they are coming out of their woe, and after posting loss due to exchange rate, now they are out of it. We need to see their third quarter. If this positive number is maintained, for me, investors should go there and relax. Looking at
Sorry,
where
there's something I noticed about Lafarge too. Still along the positive lines. About this time last year, they were posting losses of about 19 billion
yeah,
or thereabout, and coming into a profit position of about 30 billion. And what is more, in the last 6 months, they've outperformed
exactly
the market. I mean, it says, and then again, there's their EPS, at least compared to
the previous,
Dangote.
yes,
They are doing like, sorry, that's our price to earnings ratio,
yes,
about 4.6,
yes.
while Dangote is doing about 17.01. Although Dangote is stashing all the profits, but it seems investors are getting more from Lafarge.
Yeah, and
So
also if you look at Lafarge second quarter earning per share of 3 naira 32 kobo, is huge compared to the price. If they can maintain at the end of the year, they are having 5 naira or 6 naira and able to pay in the range of, because they pay 1 naira 5 kobo for last year, they're able to pay anything around 3 naira or 2 naira 50 kobo. That will price will buy. I think we expect investors that are thinking long and medium to look the way of Lafarge Africa. And also if you look at the result that came also from Africa Prudential. This company that now they changed their name from Africa Registrar to now Africa Prudential PLC. If you look at their results, so that their return or what boosted their profit was, investment gain, income that comes from the investment. That means they are playing the market and other investment. That tells you that they are really diversified. They have the registrar business, they are into investment, and for them to turn their name from registrar to PS, they tell you that they are going to go into other businesses, and the number is already speaking already. Their first quarter, they have about 20 kobo earning per share. Second quarter, they're having 43 kobo earning per share, so that they are making progress. A lot of investors that look at the company having what we call uptrending earnings. When you see company, it's an indication of at the end of the year what will come to you as an investor. Also, look at the result that came from the same. Let's go back to manufacturing sector that came from Unilever. That one was mind-blowing. Unilever, they grew their earnings with even more than 100% from last year to what they did this year. It tells you that these sectors are really breathing out now. And I know that what's it called? Unilever is preparing for right issue, which is good, and we expect, because the nature of their product and also them coming to, they need to also strengthen up their business to other business. That's why they are coming into us to have an original fund to expand. To me, if you're a long-term investor, you can look at, but always watch your investment. Don't just invest because you're a long-term investor and go to sleep. These numbers will only give you an insight to what will happen at the end of the day. You see what happened to FO when FO did not pay dividend just for 1 year. You see how investor treated that stock. Dividend in Nigeria is very important to Nigerian investor, but for traders, you look at what are the behavioral pattern of investor towards a particular stock to trade and make money. But for those that are thinking long, you have to look at dividend, because dividend is part of why you are investing in any company. If they're not paying dividend at the end of the day, why are you there? That means you need to look at the dividend payout and the dividend history of any company when you are taking decision whether to be there or not.
Great. We would love to continue talking because it's getting very interesting. But we have a time limit, and our timekeeper has told us, hey guys, you're running out of time. So nice being here with you again. Let's look at next week to bring you another beautiful edition. Thank you very much.
Thank you.